All right. Shalom. I'm the priest Ayin Wah from the GMS South Carolina Midlands camp. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and through the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Call Loyam La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Secondly, of course, I want to give double honors to my apostles and to my elders of Great Millstone that ruled well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the elect, man. All right, shalom. And in this lesson, ultimately, I'm just moving in the spirit. I just want to talk about, these troubling times that's coming. And, all of these, proud, scoffers and the 2/3 of our nation, they're about to find themselves in a very pitiful case, man. Okay? It's all fun and games until, shit gets real. Okay? And you're seeing a large influx of, scoffers that, they come to the comment boards and, they, come up to the camps scoffing and they're all on social media, scoffing against the prophet, but really they're scoffing against the Lord. And the Lord is not going to take kindly to that, man. The Lord is getting ready to bring great wrath and destruction. And, very soon these people are going to be, begging the Lord for mercy, but the Lord ain't going to show them no mercy. Okay, because right now the Lord is showing mercy. The grace period is open. That's why the Lord has his prophets on the highways and byways giving the warning. But soon it's not going to be so. And these people are going to be all out here by themselves with, the Lord, bringing great evils upon them. So I'm going to start in 2 Timothy 3:1. And you see in the subheading, it says difficult times will come. So this isn't a thing of if or maybe. This is going to happen. The Lord is going to bring these plagues to Babylon. The Lord is going to bring his wrath and sword his pleasure. He's going to show his sword his pleasure in this place known as America. Okay. What is that? Amos 9:8. Let's grab that real quick. Amos 9:8, it says, behold, the eyes of the Lord, power, Yahweh Shema Shai, are upon the sinful kingdom. Now, ultimately, when you read this, it's talking about the nation of Israel as a people. But you can, this is a twofold scripture. You can also use this for America, because America is a very sinful kingdom, and the Lord does have his eyes set upon America, being the chariots, all of these so-called UFO sightings. And if I'm not mistaken, they've been saying that most of so-called UFO sightings take place here in America, right? Now, y'all can fact check me on that. I have to go and look that up, but I'm pretty sure I did. I forgot the actual article, which y'all can go and look it up, man. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. So the Lord is getting ready to take out Babylon the Great. Okay, America is completely against the ways of the Lord. So the Lord is going to completely take this place out, man. He's going to destroy it with 200 million nuclear missiles, warheads. That's going to rain down upon this place during World War III. And you're seeing the rumors of wars. You're seeing these nations coming together, getting ready to come against Babylon, America. You see? And I will destroy from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord, because the Lord is going to preserve and protect and deliver his elect. Okay? Now let's go back to 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. Yeah, we're in the last days of Esau Edom ruling, the last days of his kingdom. And the Lord is getting ready to bring perilous times to this place. And the word perilous, what does it mean? Right? It says hard to do, to take, hard to bear, troublesome times, dangerous times, harsh, fierce, savage times, right? And Jacob's trouble is going to be a time like no other. We go back to Amos, Salakia. We go to Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right? The time of Jacob's trouble is, well, I'll say it like this. We're pretty much in the time of Jacob's trouble, right? We're in the beginning stages, right? We're seeing, a lot of people, they're unsure about the future of, America. They're unsure about the future, what the future withholds, man. Because we're in that time to where knowledge is being increased. You have a lot of our people, and, well, I'll just say people in general, but it's mainly focused on our people because we're the Lord's chosen peoples. The Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, so-called Latinos. We are the Lord's chosen people. But if you just look at it as a whole, we're in a time to where knowledge is being increased, right? And a lot of people are waking up to the lies of Esau, Edom, even his own people. And nobody's trusting in the government, right? You have a lot of people, they saw that this past previous presidential election. And, a lot of people who had somewhat faith in this country, just off of that presidential debate, they've lost even more faith because they saw that was nothing but pretty much a debacle. It was a show, right? It wasn't. Everybody knows that it was bullshit. So a lot of people are losing faith in America, and they don't have a certainty of the future, right? They don't know what's about to take place. They're seeing these articles about, inflation, about war. Okay, they're seeing articles about how this country is divided based off of political values or purposes, political, things, so on and so forth, right? They're reading articles about the strength of the dollar is weakening. It's pretty much done. Okay, these other countries banding together, getting ready to come against America. They're hearing about the military draft. So a lot of people, they're unsure of the future, right? But when it comes to the prophets, Lord willing, I'm a prophet, Lord willing, I'm of the elect of Yahweh Bashim Shai, we understand what's going on. And the Lord has us giving warning, but it's only a select few that's going to actually listen. That's why at the end of Jeremiah 30 and 7, it says, "But he shall be saved out of it." And that's speaking about the elect. Only the elect is going to make it out of this trouble that's coming. Okay. And I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a time like no other. Daniel 12 and 1, you see it says the time of the end. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And that's speaking about Jacob's trouble. This is going to be a time this time that's coming, Jacob's trouble, is going to be a period of time that has never been seen, in the planet Earth ever. Right? I was going to say on the soils of America, but a time is coming that the whole world has never seen before, man. That's why it's saying that it's going to be a time like no other. So if you think about all the terrible things that has happened in the history of humankind, right? This time that's coming is going to make all of those troubling times look like child's play, man. So it's about to get real. Okay, so really, all of you scoffers and you people that want to scoff against the truth, you jakes, you 2/3 that want to come against this truth, you're not doing anything but hurting yourselves, and we're not concerned about all of the trash you talk about us or whatever, right? Because we understand that time is coming to where the Lord is going to severely humble you 2/3. You see, It says, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Yeah, the elect. So the elect is going to be delivered, man. But see, 2/3 of our people, they're not going to make it out of here, man. So perilous times are coming. Matter of fact, let's grab this in 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. You see that? A lot of our people are very proud. As it says right here, starting back from the top, this also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. Yeah, proud. Social media, everybody, it's all about them and so on and so forth. You got men concerned with their looks and their appearance as if they're women. Right? Now, when I say that, don't get it twisted. Don't be don't be an asshole and think that you don't gotta take care of your physical appearance as far as grooming properly and you definitely want to look your best. But what I'm saying is, you have men that spend hours in the mirror like a damn woman, trying to, they getting all the crispy lineups and we ain't concerned about that. First and foremost, as an Israelite, we don't get lineups anyways. Lining your beard up, lining up, the corners of your head. That's going against the scriptures. That's going against the ways of the Lord. Okay. But you got men that actually, you got men out here that put on makeup. Like when you see those guys on TV, like those sports analysts and hosts of TV shows, man, they be wearing makeup, man. Grown ass men wearing makeup. Come on, man. And you have men that I guess it's called so-called metrosexual, where they, kind of have that androgynous type of spirit on them. But a man is not supposed to wear a woman's apparel. And vice versa. Women are supposed to be wearing men's apparel. You got women trying to be men out here, man. Okay? For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers. And you see most of that stems from so-called rap music, hip-hop. Being covetous, boasting about what they got, proud, okay? Being as rebellious as they possibly can be. It says, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Yeah, despisers of those that are good. Yeah, hey, with these 2/3 coming against the prophets, they hate to hear righteousness. They hate to hear us, which is not us speaking, it's the Lord speaking through us. But they hate when they see us talking about repenting and getting right with the Lord, man. Why is that such a bad thing? Because Jake wants to be rebellious. Jake wants to be wicked. So the Lord is going to have no choice but to put them down, man. You see? Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High. And that's the key thing, man. Jake always want to fulfill their fleshly desires. Okay, they want to follow the ways of the heathen. Jeremiah 10:2 tells you not to learn the ways of the heathen. But Jake want to learn the ways of the heathen and follow after them, man. Okay, what's that in when you go to 1 Maccabees? Okay, now this is when Antiochus IV took place. Let's just start at verse 10. When you read up, it goes into the history of these Edomites coming into power, and it says that evils were multiplied. You see, going into Alexander the Greek, when he came into power, okay, and then he died, and then his generals took over, and eventually that lot of being in power fell upon Antiochus IV, or Antiochus Epiphanes. So I read it, verse 10, and there came out of them a wicked root. See, it says a wicked root because he's from that wicked seed line, man. Because when it comes to man, the Heavenly Father has man categorized in 3 different categories. You have the sons of God, which were Israelites. Before they were called Israelites, we are the sons of God, right? And then you have the sons of man, which are the heathen. And then you have the actual son or the seed of the wicked, which are the Edomites, man. Malachi 1:4 tells you that. And they are the ones that are in power right now. That's why the world is so wicked. Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And they're living out their blessing that was given unto them in Genesis, the 27th chapter. But we're at the end of their blessing. So with us being at the end of their blessing, the end of their rulership, things are going to get worse and worse because his kingdom is going to go down in violence. So we're telling our people to repent. Continuing on, 1 Maccabees 1:10, and there came out of them a wicked root named Antiochus or Antiochus. You'll hear some brothers say Antiochus and some brothers say Antiochus. Surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus or Antiochus, the king who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Now the point being right here. So this is a time period when Antiochus Epiphanes or Antiochus the fourth, I believe it's Antiochus the fourth, if I'm not mistaken. So he was ruling, and this is a part of our Greek captivity. See, this is why they took the Apocrypha out of the Bible, because it goes into the Greek captivity. It goes into the Greek Hellenization period, okay, of when we went into captivity under the Greeks and we became Hellenized, man, meaning that we started learning their ways and their customs, okay, and eventually we fell away from our heritage, okay, which makes us Gentiles. And see, that's why a lot of Christians, they always talk about the Gentiles, but they don't understand it. It's two separate sets of Gentiles. You have natural Gentiles, which are the heathen, non-Israelite nations. And then you have Gentiles who are Israelites, but they're in a Gentile state of mind because they lost their heritage. And they started following the ways of the heathen. Even Israelite foreigners who look like other nations, because we were mixing and mingling amongst the other nations, right? And they take on their customs. So at the end of the day, you know, you had the southern kingdom, Judea, Jews, right, which is the southern kingdom, who were still following the laws when the Gentiles, the Israelites who were in a state of mind, were being grafted back in. They had a problem with it, man. Okay, which that's not what this lesson is about. Just, let me get back to the lesson at hand. But when it comes to this truth, you gotta know this history, man. So you got to go into the Greek captivity, the Hellenization period. And just like in today's time, just like we were Hellenized back then, in this time, America, we were Americanized, okay? We were in a Gentile state of mind, and then the Lord called us back into remembrance. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. So they wanted to follow the ways of the heathen, okay? For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So they saw the heathen enjoying themselves and prospering and living it up, and they became envious, and they wanted to follow the ways of the heathen so that they can fulfill their fleshly desires and have fun. It ain't about that, right? We're serving captivity because we move up our power to wrath, as it says in Baruch, the 4th chapter. Baruch chapter 4, verse 6, you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because Salakia, you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. Okay, you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not unto Yahweh Shem Shai. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. You see, so we went off. So that's why we're serving, even to this day, right now, we're serving captivity, but we're at the end of our captivity, man. You see? So Jake, they always want to fulfill their fleshly desires, so they follow the ways of the heathen instead of wanting to follow righteousness, man. And that's ultimately what going to get them killed. Without natural, this is 2 Timothy 3:3. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, you see, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Yeah, the heads of these other Israelite camps, we'll start with them. They take that form of godliness or righteousness, like they're actually teaching you the truth and righteousness, but really they're wolves in sheep's clothing, adding and taking away from the doctrine to fill their own bellies, man. You see? For this Sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins. See, lead captive silly women. See, a lot of, these major so-called Israelite camps, so-called major Israelite camps like the IUICs and so on and so forth, they have a lot of silly women that are in their congregations. That's why they allow women into their congregations. But here at Great Millstone, right, beginning with our apostles on down, the apostles put that decree out to where we don't allow women to actually be within Great Millstone, man. Okay? Now, you have women that follow Great Millstone. You have the sisters that follow Great Millstone. But you're not going to see women in the videos with us. You're not going to see our women in our videos with us. You're not going to see our women teaching on the highways and byways. That's going off, man. Okay, when it comes to the women, they follow and support in silence, man. You have some women, they make garments for brothers. You have some women that give tithes to brothers, so on and so forth. They support in silence, okay? But you'll see, like, these other camps, they allow women to come into their congregation because it's going to bring in more revenue, okay? So that's why I say silly women, because a lot of these women, they don't know what's going on in these other camps. They don't know that pending destruction and all hell is about to break loose, okay? So they're going to be in a pitiful case. And lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. You see that? So they're not going to be able to come into the knowledge of what the truth is, because these other congregations, they demonize Great Millstone. They say that we're grapers. They say that we, mess with children, right? And all of these are just false accusations. But with them putting that false stigma on us, makes people not want to follow the correct doctrine that we're teaching. And that's going to lead them to their downfall. You don't see these other camps talking about the mark of the beast being the RFID microchip. They'll tell you that it's something else. So when the chip is made mandatory, when they put it out, our people, those people that follow these other camps, they're going to take the chip, man. Unless they're the elect and the Lord pulls them out of it. Okay? So you got a lot of terrible times that's coming to this place, man. I'll end off on this. For everybody that wants to follow these other Israelite camps or want to follow the ways of the world, they're going to get caught up in this in the hell that the Lord is about to bring to this place. 2nd Esdras 15:14, and the word woe means destruction. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. It's about to be clashes, right? Clashes of different races or nationalities coming together, race wars, political wars. People are divided for their political beliefs and who they follow politically based off of whatever values cater to their spirit, cater to their so-called lifestyle that they want to live. So people are divided. Gender wars, okay, so on and so forth, man. So that's going to bring even more division, which ultimately is going to come to a clash, okay? And the modern day sword is your gun and whatever other killing instrument that can be used to put someone to death. You see? For there shall be sedition among men. And sedition means ultimately a uprising against an authority. Okay, people are about to be at odds with the government. You already got these militias that's training, false, not false, but former police officers, former military servicemen coming together, forming their own militias, man. And they're getting ready for civil war, civil unrest. All of this is spoken about in the scriptures. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, talking about their government. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, you got these so-called patriots. They're saying make America great again. We got to take back our country. So on and so forth, man. All of this is biblical script. All of this is biblical. Because this is going to aid in bringing that wrath and destruction of the Lord, man. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Yeah, it's going to be martial law, checkpoints, to where people aren't going to be able to travel out of, from city to city. People aren't going to be able to really leave their own neighborhoods, man, because they're going to have checkpoints. They're going to have certain areas that you can't leave, certain blockades around your neighborhoods. And that's going to benefit a lot of you Jakes, because they already got a lot of you Jakes that's in these inner cities. They got you surrounded, right? See, a lot of those Edomites, they live on the outskirts of certain towns and cities or whatever. But they got a lot of Jake in these inner cities, right in the middle of things, and they can easily surround them when shit hits the fan, man. So a lot of you niggas, man, are about to be in a pitiful case. Remember, about 2 or 3 months ago, where you had that Lord ship that ran into that bridge. I think that was in Maryland, and that was a pretty important bridge. I have to go back and look at the information about it. But a lot of people were trapped in those certain areas, man, because they used that bridge to commute back and forth. So the Lord is setting everything up, man. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Yeah, the love of many waxing cold, man. Nobody ain't going to care about, anyone besides their families, man. Okay, and it's going to be to a point to where, they're going to put their families over friendship, because they got to feed their families. So you're going to have people who were once cool or whatever. They're going to turn against each other. They're going to clash against each other. It's going to be survival of the fittest. See, these are the troubling things that we talk about the Lord is bringing. But these other Israelite camps, they're not giving you that warning, man. So a lot of you 2/3, a lot of you people are going to be destroyed because y'all don't have the right information. Even though the right information is being displayed before y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to take heed. So that's going to lead and aid in your destruction. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yeah, because there ain't no food, man. So they got to try to survive to feed their family. I'll end off on this. And this is talking about you 2/3. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Okay? For now the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And until next time, I want to say Shalom. Hey, repent before it's too late, man. Turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai while you still can. Sirach 5:7, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. And don't put off from day to day, man, because suddenly the wrath of the Lord will come upon you, man. And you don't want to get caught off guard, so repent now before it's too late. Shalom.